A gracious good morning to you. A very, very gracious good morning to you. I greet all this people in this world, everyone on this planet. I greet them from the depths of my heart, my physical human heart, my heart chakra, the Ranthia. Let's spend a minute there on the Ranthia. This is an awakening your light body center. Ranthia. What a wonderful way to start this day. That's the vibration we're interested in. Here are some qualities of the soul. And I want you to understand that these are the qualities of your soul. And so when you speak these to yourself after I say them, know that you are speaking to the qualities of the true you, the real you. Love, light, compassion, wisdom, peace, trust, acceptance, joy, being, stillness, kindness, freedom, inclusivity, oneness, discernment, surrender, vision, reciprocity, all right. Let us begin to embody our soul's light. The way you do this in an easy manner is to envision your 8th chakra above your head. A brilliantly illuminated chakra about 12 to 15 inches above your crown chakra. And say to your soul, pour your light into me now. And feel that light coming down through that space between the 8th chakra, the soul chakra, and the crown chakra into your head, your neck, your throat, your shoulders, your arms, your heart. Because we began this channeling with the heart. The Ranthia. The spiritual heart. The heart of your soul. And that energy of the soul pouring itself into your body, filling every part of your body as it drops into your spine, your organs in the trunk of your body, and settles in to the hip sockets. And as it settles into the hip sockets, it then can flow easily, effortlessly down your legs, into your knees, into your calves, into your ankles, and into your feet, and feel the energy of your soul in your whole body. Your cells are celebrating the energy of your soul in your whole body. And this is the objective in bringing forth soul consciousness, because within the light of your soul is your soul consciousness. You will find the blueprint of your soul's consciousness, which is the design for who you are in this lifetime as a human and as a soul. All of that is contained within the light of your soul. And to feel that connection with the all that is the divine feminine, the great one, the creator, creatress, the all that is. And that is being projected into your heart center today. Now, the energies that have been around of late have been challenging, even in the quiet times. There has been the sensation of being chiseled away, the excess being dropped away, the undue influences, the unnecessary has been stripped away. And you are left with the essence of who you are, which is your soul, which is your permanent atom of light, which you may be feeling your permanent atom of light is all aglow in the heart center region. And isn't it easy to love, appreciate, and validate yourself from this space of soul connection, from this space of light and consciousness? Even in the middle of the harshest part of the process of growing and evolving and enlarging your spirit and your connection as spirit to spirit within spirit. It's easy to love yourself. Love yourself in the process. Hug yourself in the process. Accept yourself in the process, because the process is never ending. So might as well be on good terms with it. And you invited it. And you want it. You want the light and the essence and the purity of who you truly are. And what else is there to want than that? Letting those chunks of debris fall away. It is the who you were in the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, the 2010s. And here it is, 2026. And the who you are is the now moment. Is the soul qualities that we stated at the beginning of this channeling. And being right with yourself. Being engaged with who you are as you are. Welcoming that kernel of the light within, exploding into great being, into forcefulness. It's going to affect your personality. It may make you a little irritable at first. And a little intolerant, both of any impatience you may be feeling at the personality level and with other people. Can't they see that you are deep in this process, that things are going on and it's happening now? And you are engaging with it in the depths of your being, becoming willing to exchange anything that has the air of falsehood for the levity of truth, the lightness of your being. Can you feel that sense of pressure and almost puncturing at the back of the crown and the top of your head, slightly back? There you go. Good, good, good. Let it in. Yes, 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 yes. We welcome the light of the soul. We welcome the connection with the divine, that the being the light of your soul and your soul consciousness allows and creates for you. It gets done for you. It is not an effort. Your discipline is to embody your soul's light. Your discipline, the act of will with a conscious application of embodying your soul's light throughout your body. Head to toe, grounded into the center point of Mother Earth and grounded up into the divine all that is, she who created us. That is what is necessary. And that is what we are all so hungry for. Let us all, like mosaic pieces, fit into our assigned place within the divine, because we are a part of the divine. And together we function in a greater and more powerful way here on the planet. When we embody our soul's light, we embody our soul's power for our personalities to express our soul's purposes. Ranthia. Let the energy of that awakening your light body center, that heart center, radiate throughout your body and your energy systems and all the layers of energy around your body. And it is your heart that it is beckoning. And it is the heart of your soul that it beckons forward. And so if you are by turns irritated and wanting to cry, or frustrated and angry, and yet impatient, and yet you can activate that patience and willingness to be who you came here to be, that dedication, that surrender. And sometimes it's a surrender to duty. Even if you are experiencing all of that, it is welcome. It feels like such a chopped up mess. Yet at the center of it is the kernel of light that you are, that is becoming larger, more powerful, more potent, more impactful, and more who you think of when you think of who am I in truth? What is the reality of my being? It is that soul light, that soul consciousness, that soul blueprint, that soul formatting that is within your physical body and in your soul. That is why it is frustrating and why you feel like you're punching your way out of the paper bag, so that you can see beyond the limitations of the small self. Do not find yourself wrong for the irritation, the short-temperedness, the inward self-centered focus. Sometimes you must be in this way in order to find out what is the message from your soul and from the divine that you are receiving. You have to, at times, press away the worldly clamoring and go deep into your shell, turtle all the way, go into the darkness, go into the frustration, go into the anger, go into the mystery. And the question that you're asking yourself: this is what is needed in order to deal with the times, and by that I mean the world and its chaotic, explosive. How can that possibly be? It is necessary to find the soulless within, and that is going to be what you find when you embody your soul's light. And from there, the access and the presence of the divine just is. It is everywhere around you, wherever you look with your inner eyes. It's the shake-up of the ages. And the joke is that through all this struggle and effort and trying to find that peace when it is nowhere to be found, is that kernel of light within is still there. And it is the same as it was when you were created by the divine, as a point of consciousness, as a point of light, as a point of being. And from then she created you into a soul, and then your soul and she conspired to make you as a body and a personality and reincarnate and so forth. The darkness is self-imposed and structured in one's judgment of good or bad, or right or wrong, or this shouldn't be and it should be like this. And the more you delve into that point of light within, the less these outer conversations, impositions, exteriorly applied structures have anything to do with your inner reality. Annie's little personality said, but what if I'm just deluding myself? And what if you are? That too is expanded and included in the divine's reality. And she does so gracefully and without judgment or condemnation of you. So don't condemn yourself. She is being the example of unconditional love. going to look and see if there are any questions today. I'm so glad to see Teresa and Lisa and Davina and Marie Lane. I'm just going to see if I can get my Facebook up to speed with where we actually are in real time. Stephanie, Pat, hello. Oh, yes, we are living it all. We are living it all. We are living it all. And the less we resist, the more we expand to include, the easier it is to realign with the inner truth that we are. That is who we are, that is what we are. So I'm going to tell you a little story lately. I've been building this trip to Italy. I'm going for 3 weeks by myself, which is quite a change for me. To be traveling on my own in a foreign country. And I had ChatGPT generate a pilgrimage through Italy for me, including a surprise spiritual event. I probably should have told it to include a surprise spiritual event in each location. I didn't know quite how ChatGPT was going to spit it out, but anyway. And along the way, it's, one of the places it's suggested I go to is Venice. And every other city I've been planning and organizing hotels and activities and train rides and how far is my hotel from this activity and all that. I get to Venice and it's like, geez, there's just something dark and uninviting about Venice. And I kind of just overrode that and kept reading the reviews on trying to find a hotel that I liked and seemed passable in my price range. And I was talking to my best friend and my sister yesterday, and I was mentioning this, and they said, well, Annie, you've got all these little special energetic sensors. Why don't you listen to yourself? And I was like, oh, right. I don't have to go there. I can do anything I want. I get to plan this trip in any way I like. So I think I'm diverting to Padua. Something about Venice is too dank, too wet, too busy, too containerized. And also, I believe that there probably were some past life unfortunate events that I experienced there. And I'm not necessarily going to re-experience bad things. I'm going to revitalize and find even more ways into this spiritual container that my physicality and my soul are, and the influences that I appreciate on my spiritual path, and that are contributory. I'm not going to the places where I had to fight or re-experience my witch burnings or all those things that I'm pretty certain happened over the incarnations. I'm going to be listening and sensing the divine in other places on the planet and how it comes through and experience it moment to moment, and to hear all these little nudges, and hear all these little impressions, and hear all the messages that the divine is giving me in real time. And I hope to be reporting back to you all somehow on a weekly basis, although Italy is 8 hours difference time from California. And so I'm not quite sure how I'm going to fit the live Facebook things in. They may be more spontaneous. I have no idea what to expect on that in that vein, but I hope to take you with me to a certain degree. And so we are living it all. And we're probably living it all because we have the capacity to live it all. The capacity to feel love and feel a connection with the divine and know our souls in the process of all this wildness on the planet. And we're probably here to kind of stabilize those energies and to anchor the light, but also use it as a lift up and out of the treacherousness and the duplicity and the lies and the misrepresentations, and to trust our own inner truth. We are probably here for all of those reasons. So what's up with you? How have you been? Have you felt the angst? Have you felt the worry? Have you felt the fretting? Marie says, I have felt the need to go to New York. Thoughts? Yeah, I'm looking at like where you're looking at is your need to go to New York, the central Manhattan, downtown Bronx, but all of that. The Statue of Liberty, which for you, I do recommend a visit to the Statue of Liberty, somewhere on there. However, the biggest draw is more to upstate New York and to some of those psychic communities where you will encounter an even deeper connection with your own spiritual self. Let's see. And I think you will feel more of a connection to the earth in upstate New York, and to the communities there. I don't think you will find much of that connection in other places other than the Statue of Liberty. And there's a grieving at the Statue of Liberty that is there for you about the passage of these immigrants and the shock and the surprise and the dreams that are just so tentatively held by all the immigrants that came through there. So let's see. There's more in there for you, Marie. And if you'd like some help planning your trip, I think it would be a good half-hour reading that we could go over a lot of the details there. But I do feel it's a good time for you to go on this trip between now and June. Beyond that, it's going to be, I think, uncomfortably warm and damp for you, or humid. It just doesn't fit after that. Although it could be put off till next spring, like January to March next year. So if that feels more suitable for you. I'm going to answer this one other question, Teresa. My hair is all trying to jump ship. Running a hand through my hair yields 20 hairs and so much when showering. I'm wondering, is there an increase in hair loss due to age, nutrient deficiency, or stress, so I can try to manage it better? First off, let go of control. You do have wonderful, wonderful hair. I think there are two things going on. You're shedding, and it's kind of symbolic of some old structures and old beliefs inside of you, old understandings about who you are inside of you. If you can imagine that each of those hairs are the supports that have held up all the beliefs about your illnesses and your recoveries and everything that's taken to manage your health situation, and that those minuscule hair-like structures are holding up those old beliefs. And with each hair that has jumped ship, has moved on to a different assignment, it is a way of letting go of some minor toothpick-like belief that's no longer necessary for you. And there's this part of you that's always juggling all the balls and keeping all the balls in the air, caregivers, and making sure you can get your good foods and not be in the bad spaces where the energy's not right, and be around people who can appreciate you for who you are and for all that you have been through and all that you have already let go of, which is immense. The more that you're able to move into the you you're becoming, that is more fluid, less concerned about control or even being heard. As long as you hear it, that tree that fell in the forest, if you hear it, then it happened. Do you know what I'm saying? You can believe yourself. I also do think it's a nutrient deficiency, and I recommend Zinzino Balance Oil, and it balances the omega-3s with the omega-6s. It's very useful in so many bodily processes. I think it's our brains are also 33% fat, and that has to be maintained. We have to maintain it with good fats. Some macadamia nuts, but maybe 4 or 5 a day. It's not a lot. That would be good. B12s. But you've got to take the B vitamins. B12 has to go in with B6 and folic acid. Those vitamins are destroyed by our stomach acid. So it has to go in sublingually, under the tongue. So liquid B vitamins under the tongue. You can get them all over Amazon or at Whole Foods or wherever you like to shop. They can be had, or you can find, I think even Trader Joe's has a couple versions of B12 sublingual B vitamins. And for the first 2 weeks, your body's saying, I need those for twice a day, morning and night. And after that, you can drop it down to once daily, any time of the day. After the first 2 weeks, twice a day. The balance oil, you're going to need to take at least the minimum. Oh, no. You need twice what is recommended. The recommended dose it's a mathematical computation. It's like a third of a teaspoon per pound of body fat or something complicated like that. That is not exactly it, but it's on the bottle. I get my balance oil often on eBay and look for the best price you can get, but make sure you get the large bottles. They're about 6 ounces rather than the little portable ones, which are only about 3 ounces. Also, balance oil it comes in a kind of a lemon orange mint flavor, and it's lovely on salads. It's lovely on salad. So that you might find that an easy way to incorporate it into your body. But I always feel like it's kind of spendy, so I want to lick the bowl. Because I'm a no waste kind of gal. No wasting. Okay. I'm glad you like that. Okay, now Marie Lane, your birth certificate says March 25th, but I always feel it was earlier. And was it because I might be adopted? Oh yeah, you got wound up in that adoption. They're saying a triangle. It's sort of marketing of adopted babies is the more younger they are, the more adoptable they are. And the truth is your birth date was about 5 months earlier than that. And why that 5 months made the big difference, or someone made that assessment in your case, it's the vagaries of humans and humans controls. The year was 1953, according to the March 25th date. No, it was 1952, which changes what Chinese animal you are, and you may relate to that. And I'm going to... Okay. So I'm seeing October of 1952. And so that makes you a dragon, whereas 1953 was a year of the snake. So you in the 52, that's the water dragon, and 53 is the water snake. So you could do your research on those things. That animal might make a difference in what you feel like you relate to and the misinformation you've been given. Because I do see that your childhood had... Okay, they're saying that you had more than one set of parents, and I'm saying, yeah, well, she had the birth parents, and then she had the adopted parents, but then I'm also seeing there might have been a shuffle between the adoptive parents, and it feels like you got shuffled around, if not by the adoptive parents, like got adopted into a whole nother family after the original adoption, or you might have been shuffled off to being raised by the grandmother or an aunt, or there was some kind of disorder or some fallout, somebody's destabilization in your adoptive parents, where they couldn't raise you for a while, or something happened where you had to be shuffled off to somebody else for care. Teresa says, dragon, yes, water dragon, go figure. You're the one that should be going to Venice as a water dragon. Don't you just see that in Venice? I mean, that just kind of goes together. Very interesting. Let's see. Even so, Marie, last year was Year of the Snake, and so a lot of layers of being peeled away. And in your case, it's like the scales are falling from your eyes, that expression, and you're being able to see the truth about yourself in a lot more visible way. Let's see. I'm willing to channel some more. Anybody else have a question? I'm going to just refresh my page because that sometimes brings up the questions. Oh, Marie, you're welcome. You're very, very welcome. And when I think about it, snakes and dragons aren't that far apart. If you had to mutate because of the adoption and to become better suited to accommodate yourself in your early childhood, to mutate from a dragon to a snake was probably a good move. Dragons can be strong-willed, fiery. You should talk to my friend Stephanie Ansley Miller about dragons. She knows a lot about them. I don't. But, Anne-Marie, you do have dragon guides. So you two might want to get together and talk about that. Might be an information swapping session. That would be good. Well, I think we're going to do a prayer to close this day up. I've been kind of working out of the Living as Your Soul, chapter 15 in my book, Bringing Forth Soul Consciousness. And you can order this book from me with an autographed copy with that little sticker on it. And inside I channel a special message for you that's just for you inside the cover. But I'll put connection. You can email me or text me or private message me if you want to buy the book. This is $24. If you want the purple book, which is the companion journal that takes you through the book and gives you a structured place to put your notes and your excursions into your Akashic Records, and it takes you through all 40 chapters in a very formatted way. Then I will also send you an autographed copy of it, but you can get both for $40 plus $10 shipping and handling. And if you're local, I sometimes deliver them myself to you. All right. Here's the prayer I'm going to close with today. Oh. Hi, Mylene. My son Nathan experienced a lot of leg, ankles, knee injuries. Suggestions on how to clear root chakras or general suggestions. Well, yeah, his chakras are all kind of out of whack. I could do a divine energy healing, which would definitely balance out his chakras and clear unnecessary energies, heal a lot of scarring. And I mean, he taught his body how to fall and how to roll. And if I'm going to do all this, I better be able to do it somehow in an empowered way. And so he taught his body how to be the body that he is, and yet not do even more injury. But also there's, his head's in the clouds and his feet are on the earth, and there's sort of a disconnect in between at several locations. And so a divine energy healing would be really good for him. And thinking about harmonizing with his physicality and his spirit, embodying his soul's light would be a good idea for him. And there's that one YouTube I have that's the instructions on how to embody your soul's light. It takes you through kind of step by step. It's very good. I'll put it in the comments below after I'm done doing the live, and I'll put the links for buying the books. Teresa says, I've been in your book frequently lately and quickly finding what I need to hear each time. Oh, Teresa, I'm so glad. Oh, that makes me feel so good. This book has just been a surprise to me, and I've been in and out of my book recently too, and it's been really helpful. It grounds spirituality in quite a unique way for me, and I'm one who's been, I just as soon surf the starry skies and go ground into Mother Earth. I mean, I really, but, after many falls, hello, Mylene and your son, after many falls, I've had to go, okay, I now have a deep and abiding, respectful relationship with Mother Earth and gravity. I've got to be on terms with the earth and gravity because I want to be on this planet in one piece. And that like the most recent fall was just, it put me out of whack for months, and not fun. Let's see, is there a chapter in the book that would be good for Mylene's son? Well, he's not ready yet, but in a couple of years he would love the Akashic Records. He will be able to go in and out of his Akashic Records very easily and get a lot of very good information. So the book might be useful for him. It's probably a little bit premature, but in 2 years he's going to be ripe. Maybe even overripe. Okay, let's see. Okay, here's the integrating soul prayer. And I suggest that you repeat after me each line of the prayer. I will say it slowly. For the highest good of all, great creatress, please open my spiritual heart to full vibrancy. Awaken me to your divine design. By the power of your spirit within me, I presence my soul. I embody its light and consciousness. oversee my soul and physical experience as we become one. Safe in your embrace, my soul's light fills me to the brim. Recognizing my soul's divine alliance with you, I open to receive its beneficial influence. Embodying my soul's light, I am strengthened. I am awakened to its consciousness. Like you, great creatress, my soul embraces me kindly, guides me wisely, fills my heart with its love, sweetens my thoughts, my words, and my deeds with compassion. My soul naturally forms my link with thee, great creatress. May all consciousness be of the light. And so it is. Amen. All right. That's it for today. And I thank you for being here. I thank you very much. If you want a reading, go to my website. It's easy to schedule there. If you want maybe a mediumship reading, or maybe you want a divine energy healing, or you want a real estate reading, or you just want an Akashic Records reading where we can cover a lot of territory, let me know. And going to my website is the easiest way to schedule, and or private message me here on Facebook or here on YouTube. So thank you. Bye now. Thank you, YouTubers, for subscribing. And thank you for being with me today.